Hi, Barry Myers here, the Director of Tennis here at Heathrow Country Club and the Club at Legacy and the Athletic Club. Before we get into our upcoming events, some new pickleball courts are going to be built soon, and some new rackets in our junior and fall programs. I want to read to you the health benefits of tennis. Now, this has been out in the newspapers and in the media, but I thought I would just reinforce it. It's a 218, excuse me, I'm going to have to look down on my phone, and my Ben Franklin glasses, but the 218 study in the Mayo Clinic proceedings found tennis players live 9.7 years longer than sedentary individuals, outpacing badminton, which is a racket sport, at 6.2 years, soccer 4.7 years, cycling at 3.7 years, jogging at 3.2 years, and gym activities at 1.5 years. They live longer than somebody that's a couch potato. But guess what came in number one? Tennis. The 2008 British Journal of Sports Medicine review showed tennis players reduce cardiovascular diseases risk up to 56%. That's pretty profound. Improves aerobic fitness, lowers body fat, and enhances bone health. So tennis is not just a game of a lifetime. It's going to make your lifetime a little longer. Okay, so don't forget that tennis is really good for you, and we've got plenty of tennis here. But we do have pickleballs going in real soon. So as we get closer to those being open, we'll get more into that. But I want to start talking about some of our fall programs. Okay, our junior program right here starts up September 2nd. So this thing fills up fast. So as soon as you find out about this, we'll get this up on the website. Our future stars are going to meet, that's the 8 and unders using the red ball, are going to meet Monday and Wednesdays from 4 to 5. Our advanced tournament level and high school level, those are Mondays, that's our advanced junior training. Our Mondays and Wednesdays 5 to 6:30. And our orange ball group, which is called our All-Stars, it's like a beginner intermediate orange ball. That's going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5 to 6:30. And you sign up by the month. So get your kids involved once and get them into a sport of a lifetime. Let them live 9.7 years longer than someone that's sitting around playing video games, okay? All right, Heathrow Junior program. We've had, and I just wanted, it's going to be a business. We've had a huge summer camp, and we've had some really good kids. They're fun, they're funny. We've got Lawson in here that was in our camp, and the little guy runs for everything, and he's a little worn out today. So don't forget that. Men's League, yeah, it's that time of year again. We're going to start up September 8th. That goes for 15 weeks. That coincides with Monday Night Football. So September 8th, Men's League starts. I'll have the sign-up sheet up real quick. Okay, so that's a couple of things that we've got going on. Once again, the guys that play in Men's League, guess what? I guess they're going to live 9.7 years older than somebody that's going to sit home on Monday nights, okay? Let's talk about a new weapon. Now, my Wilson rep is probably not going to like me to say this, but personally have never been a fan of the Wilson Ultras. That's just my preference. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong. But they've hit the jackpot on these new Ultras. Not only, in fact, this is the Ultra Pro. This is for the more advanced player. This thing plays great. I did already see it on one of the players on tour. I can't remember which one it was the other night at one of the events. I think it was in Montreal. But they're great rackets. We have the 99 Pro, which this is. We've got 100. We've got a 111. We have a 100 Light. When I'm saying 99 and I'm saying 100, I'm talking about the head size. And this one's coming in at 10.8 ounces. Now, the wood rackets I grew up with were like 13, 14 ounces. So 10.8, some people, oh, that's awfully heavy, but not compared to when I was a kid. I just threw that in there for you. But this is a great racket. Like I said, we have the 100, we have the 100 Light. Once again, you're going to get member pricing. I just saw the new Wilson shoes. Unfortunately, they're not coming out till February 2026. They're fantastic. There's actually an element in the shoe that helps you rebound faster. We'll get to that in some other video. But we got a lot of great things here in the shop going on. Obviously, as always, we got the Maui gym glasses. I do like my new hat with the green logo. See that? We have these in here. Okay. We have an announcement on, and I'll have some dates for you. I have the dates, but I don't want to announce them quite yet, for our Concert Cup tennis event, where all the clubs are going to bring two representatives, actually 4, 2 males and 2 females, a lot like the Concert Golf Cup, but this is going to be tennis. from all 39 clubs. Now, not all 39 clubs have tennis, but will be the ones that have some type of tennis program. But don't forget, tennis, you're going to live 9.7 years longer than playing video games. Tell that to your kids, because here's our junior program, okay? New rackets. If you play tennis, you're going to live longer. Pickleball has got to be thrown into that as well, because you're throwing around. And the other element that they did not talk about in these studies that I've seen in other studies is the social part of it, meaning you're meeting new people, you're talking, you're joking around between points. And it's the same with pickleball. The social element is huge. Not only you're running around, you're out in the fresh air, you got your heart rate up, but you're conversing and interacting with other people. Hey guys, now it's time for Barry's tennis tip. We're going to talk about racket head speed. I know some of you play golf. It's called club head speed. Baseball, it's called bat head speed. But in tennis, sometimes people will get set up to hit the ball, and then as they're making contact, they decelerate the racket. They try to put the brakes on, the racket face opens up, and the ball goes to Tahiti. And they don't know what happened, because they're hitting it not to miss it. We want to hit the ball to make it. One of my favorite analogies, which I picked up from a friend of mine in South Florida, is remember when you were on a bike when you were little, and you had it going, and then you were just learning to ride, and you started slowing down too much, and the bike starts wobbling, and it goes off track. That's the same thing with the racket. If I'm bringing the racket head through and I start slowing it down, then it's going to go off track, and the chances of that ball going in are not good. So racket head speed, and I'm not saying knock the cover off the ball. We just don't want to decelerate in the middle of the stroke. We want to hit the ball with purpose. We want to hit it to a specific spot, and we want to get the ball going towards the target. So, and our body weight towards the target. I had a clinic with some ladies this morning. We were just talking about this. I volley. I want say I'm going to aim for this camera lens. I'm going to go right to this camera lens. I don't want to hit a volley like this. I want to go to the ball. Okay, it's the same thing with our racket head speed on a ground stroke. Go to the ball, not here and hope that it goes in. So remember, we want to accelerate a little at contact. I'm not saying knock the cover off the ball. It's like if I'm on I-4 and I got to pass somebody, I got to step on the gas a little bit. It's the same thing with your ground strokes. Once again, I'm not saying you got to knock the cover off the ball. We just don't want to decelerate. And we want our body weight going towards the target, okay? All right, we're going to get you next time with our next tip, and we'll start talking about volleys versus underspin versus topspin. We'll see you next time. Thank you.